Welcome to the Moe Show. All right. We got offensive coordinator Ori Dasuki decided to come back yesterday. First game, unfortunately, was a loss, but he was the Armadillos versus the 49ers. Tyrod Taylor, watch out, Seth. Tyrod Taylor looking dangerous as well. His rating was 95.8. He was 7 for 14 and had 189 yards. 2 for 2. So he drew even, but he was definitely a playmaker on the field yesterday, Seth. Watch out. Rushing wise, Todd Gurley had 4 attempts for -1 yards. How was that possible? Anyways, it doesn't matter. He had a broken tackle because Tyrod Taylor had 2 attempts for 22 yards. 11 yards an average. Good job, Tyrod Taylor. Unfortunately, he did have 1 fumble that kind of turned the tide of the game, but we're not going to talk about that. Oh well. Deshaun Jackson, on the other hand, he had 101 yards on 3 receptions. Amazing. Good job. Deshaun Jackson obviously is Ori's guy. He had 1 touchdown for the evening. The defense apparently couldn't stop a nosebleed. They only had 3 tackles for a loss. Not good enough. I'm sorry, Mo. Wherever you are, Mo. You got to go out there, play defense, and get some stops. You need some sacks, some interceptions, possibly some touchdowns. Help your offense out, bud. Anyways, game 2. We have the train team versus Buffalo. We were the Buffalo. We won 27-21. Good game. It actually went into overtime. Anyways, Tyrod Taylor was 111.9 for his rating. Good job. 3 for 7. He completed 3 for 7. You know, you look at that and you're like, you're not going to win the game. He had 58 yards. Completed 42% of his passes. He had 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Clean slate for Tyrod Taylor. Receiving totals, Todd Gurley had 6 rushing totals. Rushing totals, he had 16 attempts, 130 yards, 8.5 average, 2 touchdowns, and 1 broken tackle. I'm sorry, he's going to have to be the stud of the match there. He obviously handled his workload. Tyrod Taylor had 4 for 42, 10.5, no touchdowns. He obviously ran around a lot there too. Todd Gurley couldn't get anything going in the air there. He had 1 reception for -2 yards. Obviously on a screen, that's all right. He wasn't the man. Deshaun Jackson in other words, had 1 reception for 48. So Deshaun is obviously offensive coordinator or Dasuki's guy. Defense had 4 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. I'm sorry to say it, MVP of the game is defense. You know why? Defense obviously took control of the game. All right. Next game, we got Vikings versus the Buffaloes. We were actually the Buffaloes. Again, alternate jerseys. We go in there, offensive coordinator Ori, defensive coordinator Mo, and Tyrod Taylor his rating was 62.2. He completed 4 for 7 and had 118 yards. He completed 57% of his passes, had no touchdowns, 1 interception. Todd Gurley, on the other hand, was 4 attempts for 5 yards. Kind of looked the same there as well. He only averaged 1.2 yards a carry. No touchdowns, 1 broken tackle. Obviously, their defense was far superior. Tyrod Taylor came in there, had 4, just like Todd Gurley, but got 50 yards. 12.5 yards a carry, or was his average. He had 1 touchdown and was the beast. You know, obviously, Tyrod Taylor was running better than Gurley was. Receiving wise, all right, let me get this right here. Todd Gurley, a aggressive back, got 3 receptions, 112 yards, 37.3 was his average, no touchdowns. Well, there's your workhorse for the day. Todd Gurley's getting passed to the hole again. Good job, Tyrod Taylor. The defense had 4 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 2 interceptions. That defense is dirty. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and we lost 7-16. And that there is the Moe Show, ladies and gentlemen, /Seth. Brought to you by S.A.L. Inc. and producer executive S.A.L. Now, tune in tomorrow for tomorrow's matchup, as for tonight I am looking for an offensive coordinator. Hopefully it's Seth. Hopefully it's Ori. Hopefully you're both on.